This question is asking me for the inverse tangent radical 3 over 3. So, in other words, it is saying to me tangent x is equal to radical 3 over 3, and I'm supposed to supply the angle x. The restriction being that the answer has to fall between pi over 2 and, actually we should cross that out, negative pi over 2. And it cannot include pi over 2, so pi over 2 would be an open, and it cannot include negative pi over 2, because at those 2 points, the value of tangent is undefined. So the range of solutions that I could have to this problem falls between the angles of pi over 2 and negative pi over 2. So what angle then has the tangent of radical 3 over 3? Well, the first thing I think about is what quadrant is it in? And since this is a positive answer, I know that it's going to be here in quadrant 1. Because down here in quadrant 4, the answers for tangent are negative. The other thing I think about is, well, I know it's not going to be 0, because tangent of 0 is 0. And I know it can't be pi over 2, because that is undefined. So it's going to be somewhere in the interior here of this quadrant. And I also know that the pi over 4 angles, pi over 4, all the pi over 4 angles all around the unit circle have one form of cosine and sine as radical 2 over 2. It might be positive, it might be negative, but they're all some form of radical 2 over 2 as a point. And since tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta, radical 2 over 2 divided by radical 2 over 2 is either going to be plus 1 or it's going to be minus 1, depending if one of these is negative. So I've now eliminated my quadrantal angles and my pi over 4 angles, and I know, because of the nature of the question, this is a non-calculator question, that this is going to be one of my special points that only leaves pi over 6 and pi over 3. So I guess I would just test them out. So let's go. Let's find out. Let's try pi over 3. So sine pi over 3 divided by cosine pi over 3. Well, sine pi over 3 is equal to radical 3 over 2. And cosine pi over 3 is equal to 1/2. So I can simplify that by multiplying by 2 over 1. That cancels out, and that cancels out. So tangent pi over 3 is just equal to simply radical 3. That's not the answer. So I'm guessing then, by process of elimination, the answer is going to be pi over 6, but I'm going to test it. So I have sine pi over 6 divided by cosine pi over 6, which of course, just for the record here, that's tangent pi over 6. But I'll erase that to continue with the problem. Well, sine pi over 6 is equal to 1/2, and cosine pi over 6 is equal to radical 3 over 2. So I'll get rid of my denominator, 2 over radical 3, 2 over radical 3. That cancels out. My 2's cancel out. I get 1 over radical 3, and I rationalize it by multiplying by radical 3 over radical 3, and I get radical 3 over 3, which is the answer that I was looking for. So the answer to the problem is pi over 6.